Do you ever just like not remember what you purchased recently? Because that's me. Hello there and welcome to another video. This time we're going to be talking about my favorite recent purchases. And recent isn't really like last week kind of thing, but it's more like stuff that I got, didn't use for a bit because I didn't have time. And then I kind of rediscovered it because it was brand new and I didn't use it yet and now I really like it. So I have a lot of these products actually, so I really wanted to talk about them. They are kind of like a mixture between affordable and high-end things, so I just wanted to show you some good makeup, you know? Yeah, let's go. Let's start off with priming. This one is more like a, like a good shout out because this is the L'Oreal Prime Lab Advanced Primer, whatever, Pore Minimizer. It's a great one. I think I already used it in one of my videos, but this is genuinely so good that I wanted to give it another shout out. Like, it really makes my skin feel great, not overly matte. And it gives my pores like a very decent blurring effect. If I apply it correctly and I actually push it in more than just spread it. Not sure how much you can actually see it because of course the camera isn't like 4K quality, so it's going to blur by default. It's better than it was before, for sure. My skin is so patchy today, it's unbelievable. Now when it comes to primers, I don't really have a new one, but I did recently repurchase the NYX Honey Gimme Up primer, so I just wanted to remind you that this primer is absolutely amazing. And if you've never tried it, I think it's your time. Because this is like the most versatile, hydrating, lightweight primer. It is a little bit sticky, tacky, but not too much, and it just works really well. Don't be scared of the little golden things, you cannot even see them on the skin. So this one is definitely a big recommendation. Next, today we have a powder foundation, so I'm going to be going in with my concealer first. And this is one of my favorite recent purchases I did. This is the Rare Beauty Under Eye Brightener. This is an amazing piece of makeup. I mean, I'm all for like different formulas, textures, just different product types when it comes to anything. And with a concealer, I feel like this type of product I've been seeing a lot. It does have like a metal applicator and it is supposed to like brighten your under eyes and kind of cool it with a metal thing, but not really cover as much as just illuminate. So you just kind of use it to brighten up your under eyes without the heavy coverage that you usually give them. Now, I think that is genius if you don't really like to use a lot of makeup, if you just kind of like the natural look, you know. But this looks so good with like everything, even in like super full coverage looks. Like, it doesn't have high coverage, but you can definitely see it did brighten up my under eyes because they are like bad today. So this is like, it is an improvement, a great one. I don't know if you can really see how the light reflects from it. I feel like the half natural light, half ring light isn't really giving me like good light today, but it makes a difference. It's not like a huge cover up, like you're not gonna see the dark circles anymore, but it's definitely a good look, at least in my opinion. Now for the rest of my face, I'm just gonna use my Maybelline SuperStay. This is not a recent purchase by any means. I'm more like running out of it right now, and I actually really like it. It's a great concealer. And I sometimes layer this one with the Rare Beauty Illuminator, or Brightener, or what was it? So this way I get a little bit more coverage on my T-zone and like the center of my face. So the rest of my face is still pretty patchy, but you don't focus on it as much as, when I don't have this on. So now I'm just going to powder it up because I don't like using powder foundations under my eyes. This powder also amazing, also not a new purchase. Now I'm gonna take my Essence Powder Puff. It's stained, okay? It doesn't wash well. It doesn't wash well. But another fairly recent purchase is this Maybelline SuperStay Powder Foundation. Yeah, it has a dent in it. I know, it looks old. It's not. I've been just using it a lot. Especially when I'm traveling. This is like a lifesaver. It's definitely not as dramatic as TikTok makes it look, which, of course, like, I wasn't even expecting that. But it's a great powder foundation. I'm a big fan of powder foundations, mostly because they're like very adjustable when it comes to the coverage and they're very convenient and easy to use. Also, if you're flying somewhere with just a carry-on, powder foundation isn't gonna take up any of your liquid space, so that's always nice. And this one, I definitely feel like it's a staple now. I do like it almost as much as I like the Fenty Beauty powder foundation, but that one is just, that's my holy grail. If I ever find something that is just like it, I'm gonna be screaming it out of the rooftops. This one, close. I like it a lot, but not quite the same. Voila, I just quickly did my brows with the Benefit Gimme Brow. And now to another great product, the Fenty Beauty Eyeshadow Primer. By full name, it's the Pro Filt'r Amplifying Eye Primer. How is no one talking about this? Honestly, like, I ran out of my NARS tinted eyeshadow base. I love that one so much. But now they don't make it anymore for some reason, so I was a bit desperate at Sephora looking for a new base to try out because there's a lot of eye primers on the market. And this one, it's like pretty reasonable in price compared to some other ones. And it's so good. It is very like light in the texture. It's like almost a see-through gel. See, it's like slightly nude, like almost like brightening, but it's not really tinted. But what it is hella sticky. So I just like to blend it out with a concealer brush or my fingers. And the thing is, you gotta move kind of fast because it is going to dry down and it is pretty sticky. So I just really like it. I know this may not be for everyone because I know that not everyone really likes a sticky eyeshadow base. But oh boy, I'm a big fan. So this is the eyeshadow primer. I would definitely recommend it. If you want to splurge on an eyeshadow primer, this is just underrated. Like, people need to talk about this more. Now, when it comes to eyeshadow palettes, this one's gonna be bougie. Like, I'm sorry, but I got myself the HINDASH Monochromance palette. Like, this is a piece of art, okay? This is so beautiful. I'm even considering getting the first one as well. But these like pastel shades are just so speaking to me. On camera, the palette is a lot less muted. Like in person, it is very like pastel, very, you know, like softy colors. But I love it so much. It's such a good palette. It works really well. So now I'm just thinking, what kind of look should we do with it? If I should go like very colorful or keep it very neutral. Because honestly, these neutrals are just so good. And the reds are also really, really pretty. So I don't know. I'm just gonna do something, I guess. Yeah. Listen, you know what's the greatest question of mankind? Why do I keep doing this cut crease thing when I don't even think it really suits me? I have no idea. It's odd, but this is kind of the look I came up with. For the structure, I just used these two in kind of like a different parts of the gradient, and then I used the shade Forever and Inked, which is this blue one, to do the liner and do the lower lash line. Again, both sides of the gradient. I mean, this even doesn't look that bad. I just really like brown and blue together. Let's talk about some other recent purchases that I really liked. So, Colourpop recently came out with their Lavish collection, which was kind of like a, I don't know, like cyber something inspired. Whatever. The theming was a bit odd, but the color scheme was absolutely up my alley. It was like cool tones, purples, very cold, very pretty. And they had like a set of 3 Super Shocks. So I would like to take one of them that has like blue little reflects in it. This is the shade So Surreal from the collection. And I would like to add a bit of that blue onto the center of the lid or to the inner part. And to do that, I'm going to take this little weird tapered brush that is going to pick up all that shine without actually picking up a lot of the base color. That's what I wanted. So, you know, Super Shock shadows are just like very well known to be good. And they are. I really like them. This one is from like the Ultra Glitter formula ones, and it's just great. I wanted it to be a bit more blue, I think, but whatever. We're just, you know. I do have some new base products that I really, really like. First one just has to be this Made by Mitchell bronzer. I know I've been using it for a while in like many videos, but it hasn't been that long since I bought it, and I just really wanted to mention it because it's so good. Like the tone of the bronzer is really something else. Went a bit heavier so you can really see the tone. I feel like this suits me really, really well. Of course, I wear my, hair to the side, so I go a bit ham on the edges because no one can really see the edges when I actually walk outside. So who cares? But I think this looks really nice. By the way, I completely forgot about mascara. Lately, I've been really blown away by the Fenty Beauty Hella Thick mascara, just like everyone else on the internet, apparently. But I don't really like volumizing mascaras all that much. But this one really works so well in like many different aspects too. And the brush is really nice and soft. So I'm not scared that I'm going to poke my eye out, which is a great benefit. I think we can clearly see the difference. It's still very fresh, so sometimes it gets a bit messy, but I think it's going to settle down once I use it up a bit more and it like dries out a little bit. But it's good. Like, I gotta say, it is good. My lashes are not the most even or curled or just good, but this really, I feel like the brush kind of grips them all and all the layers I have and really works well for them. So, good one. I like that one. Now, for my blush, I gotta go with this. I want to do a separate video on Alamar Cosmetics because I just really want to give more space to their products. But this is the Colored Blush Trio from them, and it's just a beautiful palette with beautiful blushes. I'm going to take the shade Romantica, which is the one in the middle. This is like the most unique blush shade I've seen in ages. It's like this very dusty but almost warm pink. It is insanely pretty. And I feel like it works with so many different looks. I do have a lot of bronzer on now, so I'm not sure how much you can see it, but it is such a pretty blush. Let's blush up my nose. I haven't done that in a while. So yeah, the Alamar blushes, absolutely just yes, big yes. Now, for the highlighter, I have a Stila highlighter, which, yeah, I never thought I'm gonna buy something from Stila, really, but they recently launched at Douglas in Czech Republic, so I got a little baited because they had a big sale, so I wanted to get some. And this is the Heaven's Hue highlighter in the shade Kitten. I'm pretty sure this was popular, like, I don't know, like 10 years ago when Stila was actually like, you know, on top of their game and everybody loved their stuff. And it's kind of something between like a gel, cream, and putty highlighter. It's a very interesting texture and it's really pretty. I'll just show you. See, it's more like a glow from within kind of highlighter than like actually a full-on metallic glow, which is very good. I like that a lot. And I also don't have many highlighters like that, so I think it was a good investment. And the shade of it is like pretty unique too, because it kind of does look like rose gold and a little dark, but it's really not. Now for the lips, I do have one product, and it is a very affordable gloss. This is the Essence Extreme Shine Volume Gloss in the shade Summer Punch. It's a jelly gloss, like they're back. I'm so happy. I recently saw the Maybelline Lifter Gloss coming with like these jelly shades, but it's gonna take like a freaking whole summer for them to get here. So I saw this one, I got very excited because it's probably new and I just needed it. And it's so good. Like the juiciest, most glossy, beautiful lip with just a little tint of hue. So good. Like you cannot go wrong with this. And I also use it a lot with like different dark lip liners and lipsticks in the middle to get like that ombre effect that I use literally in every goddamn video. And I love it for that. It's very good. The formula of the gloss is very nice. It does say volume gloss, but it's not like actually plumping. It's just glossy. Beautiful. Love it. Looks so good. Fabulous. Now for my setting spray, I have the Nivea Set It and Forget It setting spray. Like listen, again, not like super recent purchase, but I haven't been using it for a while and then I kind of started to use it more on the regular. This is so good. Like this is actually like a hairspray for your face. It is insane. Like every time I'm going somewhere and I know that I need the face to last, like that's just what I go for. And it doesn't matter which foundation you use. It doesn't matter if you go full powder or if you go like just very creamy and stuff. This works so well. The only thing I'm a bit like iffy about is the scent. This is very strongly scented. And it's like, I don't even know how I describe it, but it works. So I'm moving past it. I usually just try to get it all off with that with a little fan and like just hope that the scent is not gonna linger, and usually it doesn't. But for a minute it was giving me headache at first when I started using it. Now I just kind of got used to it, but just so you know, if you kind of suffer from this kind of thing, like a headache from strong scent, this may not be the best for you, and I kind of wish they did like a scentless version because this stinks. Like if I went clubbing right now, I know I would come back at 5 a.m. and I would be like fine, like fresh. Maybe not super fresh, but fresh. Alrighty, so this is a full face of the new purchases that I absolutely love. Maybe you were looking at some of these, maybe you found some new things that you may want to buy in the future. And I'm telling you, I vouch for all of these, like they're good. So thank you very much for watching, consider subscribing, and if you want to see more videos where I talk about makeup, you can check out the playlist. See ya!